Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com.
This week on Duel Review, Ghost in the Shell movies, followed by The Thing.
We take a look at Shadows of the Damned, and we start off the week with Chew the Comic. I'm RJ.
I'm Nick.
Let's get to it.
Welcome to Monday the 10th of October. We are doing Chew, the comic.
Yes, it's an Image comic, and it's 2009, and it's John Layman is the writer, and Guillory is the artist.
Now, do you think John Layman did things in layman's term?
I had a joke too, but
Damn it.
Chew in layman's terms is
That would have been better.
is an FDA agent that is a sebopath, which means that whatever he ingests, he can get the memory of, like, location and I don't know how they died, and it's like a sense memory kind of thing.
Right, like psychokinetic. You know, you pick something up and you can tell where it's been.
But it seems to be he only gets a short time, like while he ingests it or something, because he'll go with a question in mind, and of course this leads him to eating very gross things like corpses and whatever, but and people's leavings. Anyway, when he eats them, he gets whatever question he has answered as long as that person knew, but he can forget, and so he has to go back and bite them again or whatever. So it must be kind of. But anyway, so yeah, I mentioned that he was an FDA agent, and the FDA is kind of like the FBI here, and that's kind of the gag. So this is I wouldn't say post-apocalyptic, but something horrible has happened where poultry has become outlawed. No chicken.
Yep, all chicken prohibited.
And
poultry prohibited.
So, like bird flu, what would happen if the worst came to whatever. So now there are guys on the street corners, with eggs in their jackets, like, hey, come on, man, you want your fix? Your chicken protein, whatever. And so there's a big deal about it being outlawed, but there's like this one island that allows it to kind of happen, and I don't know, they try to find substitutes and whatever. It's just that it kind of all revolves around that. So like the FDA and what's the other one? I think it's the DEA. No, that's the drug administration.
No, it's
Where the gal's from.
Yeah.
Anyway, these kind of more mundane government offices are now like the
offices with special agents and stuff,
and spies and
spies,
all that stuff. They're all highly trained or whatever. Chew is like I said, he's a sebopath, and he gets partnered up with, what is it, John, right?
Yeah, John Colby, was it?
And
Colby.
yeah, and he, in the first trade, I don't remember which book it is exactly, he gets a butcher knife to the face, and so he's got this kind of cyborg, parts to him.
He looks like Kano.
And he does, and he can project things, and I don't know. He has homing locators, and I don't know. It's just kind of fun. This is a book that's not terribly serious. The art style down to the writing is
not at all serious,
kind of fantastic. Well, I mean, it does have some serious action moments, maybe, but yeah, it's definitely comedy, and it's just fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
I do have a little bit of when reading through the trades, it feels as if almost nothing has happened at the end. I have this weird sense that they could do more. Like, I really enjoy it when I'm reading it, but when it's over, I'm like, wow, that was kind of, I don't know. I kind of wish there was more. Maybe if they took it a little bit more seriously. I don't know. I don't know how you could take it seriously, though, because the subject matter is so,
Yeah, so out there. I liken it to, and I think there's a direct relationship here. In Gulliver's Travels, the two warring factions, one, the what is it?
I don't remember the name. It's been so long since I didn't see the review.
They're in Gulliver's Travels. If you haven't read it, basically these two warring factions fight over which side of the egg needs to be broken. When dealing with hard-boiled eggs, it's either the big end or the little end that needs to be broken, and it's a big political kind of metaphor or whatnot. People warring over little things, and I liken that to this. Where just like the egg. Now eggs are outlawed, and the chickens, and so I liken it to that.
Yeah, but I mean, he's
liken.
Though he's lichen, like werewolves, lichens.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I said lichen like 6 times.
lichen. So it is interesting in that they do definitely fight crime, but then there's that poultry bent. So it does kind of fit into that.
Right.
But it also has some serious,
It's a big satire.
He murdered who or what, whatever.
Right.
Find dead bodies buried in the back and whatever. So there's a lot of fun moments where. Because he has the sensory ability, but he has to eat it. It's this suspense of they show you on the page, a steaming pile or a corpse in the ground or whatever, and then cut to chew. And you know exactly what he has to do or what he's expected to do.
I like the captain. It's like, oh, you have this dead body. I know just who to call.
I got just the guy.
Yeah.
A corpse from 1,000 years ago, no problem.
I know just the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I also like is how they take, like the new VIPs, instead of being like Hollywood actors, are now chefs. Like that one guy who can't speak.
Right, yeah.
And so everything
Norwegian or whatever.
Yeah, everything that he cooks is his speaking. So if you took a bite out of it, you knew exactly what he was trying to say.
Right. He can tell a story and like literally tell the story, and make you feel emotion through the food or whatever. So yeah, and Tony's brother, Chow. Anyway, he's a chef, and in the second trade, this is the one we mostly read here. He goes to this island where they allow chicken, and he's all excited because he gets to work with the chicken.
Right.
His brother, doesn't really do much about it, so there's an understanding there, I guess. But so Nick, what did you think about the art in Chew?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was as playful as the plot.
Yeah, I did too. It's exaggerated, it's angular. Their hands, it's one of those things where like this part is narrower than this part,
right,
kind of thing. But it works really well. It looks really, really good. I enjoyed it. It gives you kind of an excuse. You have like really, really large people and really, really skinny people too, and it's just it is a lot of fun. I liken it to a lot of like Saturday morning or after school cartoons these days.
Oh yeah, these newer ones. Yeah.
And I think it's probably a little bit quicker to draw, but it doesn't show that. I mean, that's the kind of style, because you're doing angles a lot less than what I mean. Like you don't have to do the science too much of drawing. You just draw it so it looks good, and I think it looks really, really good. Does the job for sure.
Absolutely.
It's nice and colorful. I thought it was kind of refreshing. Like I'm kind of a purist. I like the real, authentic comic, or I like a complete departure where it's, something new. They're trying something new. And,
right.
And this is kind of in the middle. And
yeah, it's like kind of like what was it? Feather's art style, except that Feather didn't have noses.
Yeah, I think Feather was a little more anime though. They definitely did more like ovals and stuff rather than squares. This is a lot of angle, a lot of angular squares.
Okay. Well, I was saying it's kind of childish. In that respect.
Yeah. Simple without being simple.
Right. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it.
Even though it's 2009, it's a fairly young book. I don't think there's a lot out there right now, so I think they do it periodically.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. It's a good departure for me. I don't read a lot of strictly comic, and it's not strictly. I mean, it does have some action elements, but definitely as a comic,
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's kind of a license to do whatever the creators
do whatever you want.
Out.
And I like that they keep the satire, like I was saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how the FDA agents are like FBI.
Yeah, and it's a new way to do. I mean, we've got like the cop buddy team, right? Which they bicker and they whatever, but they're there for each other,
right?
But it's in this ridiculous, FDA situation, which
and no one takes Chew seriously.
Yeah, right. And he like loses his ear, and it's just, I have a feeling that other things might be lopped at some point. It's just one of those books that you never know. And that's how it reinvents it. It doesn't reinvent the relationship; it reinvents the world.
Right.
So.
Right, and I think that's very fun.
Yeah. So check it out.
I agree.
So. Oh! Wow. It was the whistling.
It was the whistling.
My superpowers.
See you. Bye.
See you later.
Check out Chew. Check out Chew.
Check out tomorrow's Duel review for Ghost in the Shell.
We're recording.
Yeah, I know. We need bloopers, yo.
So the blooper's gonna be me writing and you.
Do something funny. That's manic. It's not funny.
That's true.
I need to move the camera down. You can't see our hands right now. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
So move the camera down.
I'm playing peekaboo with my jazz finger.
Jazz finger blue.
Jazz finger. It's like a bad James Bond, like rejected. Jazz finger.
007 jazz finger.
What's going on? I can't remember my dad.
What? I can't remember my dad.
You either? Oh no.
What?
Third time's a charm. Secretly, it's already been 12 times. Something. But you never know. Ever.
Except for when you just told them.
You know nothing that we do not allow you to know.
This week on Duel Review, something, something, and something else.
And then another something, and we finish off with something to something. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's something. So what do you think about the art of Chew?
The art of Chew, I liked it. It was as playful as the plot.
That sounded like you wrote that down or something. But I agree.
Did not write that down.
It was as playful as the plot.
It was.
Stay tuned for my thoughts on Ghost in the Shell. So what do you think about the art? So what do you think about the art?
In Chew, I liked it. It was fun. Damn it, because I don't want to say it.
Oh, go ahead. I won't say anything about it.
That was a good line. Why you kind of mock my good line?
Because it was scripted. It was funny.
It was not scripted. There's nothing.
I know, but it was like it was as playful as the art.
As the plot. Why are you winking at me?
Because that's what it felt like. What do they call it?
What?
That word.
What word? To define what?
What they call him, where he can experience things.
Through chewing? Oh yeah, that's
some weird word that doesn't really make sense. It should be like gastro-imaginarium.
Gastro-imaginarium. Maybe that was one of the words we should have wrote down.
Yeah, I should have.
Well, I meant we, because, you know.
You're trying to be nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Time
is not on my side.
is on my
No,
side.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
Time is running out. You two jerks. We discovered the answer. No, not